For my first lock, I'm going to go with the Bills over the Titans. The Titans are just a mess, and the Bills just had a big win, and they're going to stomp the Titans. For my second lock, I'm going to go with the Commanders over the Panthers. The Commanders are playing pretty well, and the Panthers, we all know, they're probably the worst team in football. If not them, is the Jaguars. So it's going to be an easy win for the Commanders. And for my shock of the week, I'm going to go with the Lions over the Vikings. The Vikings are 1-point favorites here. They're 5-0, but I think the Lions are just too hot right now. The Lions should win in a close one and end the Vikings' undefeated season.
Good one. So for my first lock, PC, I'm going to choose the Eagles over the Giants, specifically because the Eagles have continued to beat the Giants' ass for the past I don't know how many years, and that trend should continue because the Eagles are clearly the better team and the Giants are a rebuilding team. So I'm going to take the Eagles over the Giants for my first lock. For my second lock, I am going to take the Commanders over the Panthers. Yes, the Commanders are coming off a tough loss to the Ravens, but I told you guys earlier, I think the Ravens are the best team in the National Football League, and I think any team that loses to the Ravens, it's not a bad thing. So I'm going to take the Ravens, or I'm going to take the Commanders over the Panthers in a very, very convincing fashion. And for my upset of the week, I'm going to go with the Patriots over the Jaguars. Drake May, yes, he had three turnovers in the game for his first game, but he also had three touchdowns. And every single touchdown he threw, all these passes, they look terrific. And this offense can just kind of get something figured out just for this week against a very bad Jaguars team. I think that the Patriots can upset the Jaguars this week because, like I said, the Jaguars, for whatever reason, they are just terrible this season. You guys know I would have never been a Trevor Lawrence believer, and I'm glad that everybody's finally seeing. I know that there's a lot of people that thinks he's playing well enough. Well, at the end of the day, they're 1-6, brother. So clearly he's not doing good enough. The defense is dog shit. He has plenty of weapons on offense, and they just can't get it clicking. We talked about this yesterday. Travis Etienne, brother, you have officially been replaced by Tank Bigsby. You have officially been replaced. But yeah, I'm gonna go with the Patriots over the Jaguars because the Jaguars are just a completely terrible team, and I just think that they will end up being the number one pick overall. They're that bad.
So for my first lock of the week, I'm gonna go with the Commanders. They are taking on the Panthers, and the Panthers are the Panthers. That should be an easy win. It's in Washington. Easy bounce back win for the Commanders. That's my first lock. Uh, Straight to the point. My second lock, I'm going to go with the Falcons over the Seahawks. Seahawks have lost three in a row, and Geno Smith. I mean, I love your story, Geno. Really, I do. You're just not the long term answer. That's all. And I think we're starting to realize that in Seattle, and they're starting to finally come back down to earth after a 3-0 start. But the Falcons, I think they're really starting to hit their stride. This game is in Atlanta. It should be an easy win. These are the wins that you have to make sure you lock in for, especially in that surprisingly competitive division. Because the Bucks still look really good. You have the Saints, of course. It's gonna be a three-team race, but especially down the stretch, these are the games that if you lose, you're gonna look back and you're gonna be like, "Damn, I wish we won that game to help us." Um, so take care of business against Seahawks. That's my second lock. And my shock of the week. I'm surprised this team isn't favored, but I'm gonna go with the Texans over the Packers. This game is in Lambeau. But I think it is going to be an ultra competitive game. But CJ Stroud, this team has Super Bowl aspirations, and it's gonna be a good test against Jordan Love in this offense. This is a team that's I don't know the Texans like I want to believe in the Texans, but it's like sometimes I see a team that is so very inexperienced, and even in that game against the Patriots, like there was like a point in the game where I thought to myself, wait, are they about to blow this lead? But they right the ship. It's God, I forgot the man's name. D'Amico Ryans, the head coach. He's making sure that this team is on the right track. And I think again, it's gonna be one of those games where you look back and like you think to yourself, "Oh, I wish we had gotten that win." If they lose, I don't expect them to lose. I expect them to take care of business. So they're going to be my shock of the week.
All right, so I'm gonna just make mine quickly. Um, so my two locks that I have are gonna be the Bills over the Titans this weekend. Um, I just think, I mean, for obvious reasons, the Titans are kind of going through it. I think the Bills have enough firepower and be able to hold fast on that defensive side as well. They'll get that dub. I also have Jaden having a bounce back week, getting that W against the Panthers. Um, for obvious reasons, again, I just don't think that they can keep up with the high-powered offense. The defense is solid enough. I don't think that they'll allow Andy Dalton, knock on wood, to get loose. You know what I'm saying? Get a 350 passing game like we seen earlier. Like, I just don't think that's going to happen. The Commanders' defense is kind of mid, but I don't see that happen. I don't think they're that mid. So I see that happening. And then for my lock, for my shock, I have the Packers over the Texans. So I think that Jordan Love, it's going to be a crazy duel between two young, talented QBs just going toe to toe. But I have Jordan Love. I think Jordan Love's team, especially with Nico Collins being down on the IR, I think that greatly affects CJ a little bit. You know what I'm saying? I think it's one less weapon you have to worry about for a really good team that's out there in Green Bay right now, cooking on all cylinders. So I got my boy Jordan Love coming out on top.
All right. I'm gonna do my first log. I'm gonna do the. I'm gonna go with the again the Eagles over the Giants. Like TK said, the Eagles have always owned the Giants. The Eagles are the Giants' daddies. The Eagles, after just barely sneaking behind the Browns, I don't know how that happened. Nick Sirianni, you're on fraud watch, buddy. And Nick Sirianni, you're a clown. Okay, I mean you are not a good coach, but you're gonna somehow beat the Giants because they're poverty. So I'm gonna go with the first lock, Eagles over the Giants. My second lock, I'm going with the Steelers over the Jets because I feel like that defense is going to be too much for Aaron Rodgers to handle. That O-line is going to be, I don't know what to say about that O-line. But that defense is going to overpower the Jets O-line, and I think the Steelers are going to find that way to win. Shock, I'm going to go with the Browns over the Bengals. Now, hear me out. I think Deshaun Watson plays well against the Bengals. I don't know why, but he somehow finds a way to outplay Joe Burrow in Cleveland. The game is in Cleveland, so I feel like they're gonna go in. They're gonna go out and they're going to beat the Bengals. I don't know how. Both of those teams are just terrible teams, but I think the Browns are going to find a way to win that game. So I'm going with my shock, the Browns over the Bengals.
First lock is going to be the Commanders, of course. Pretty easy bounce back win against the Panthers. They should easily come on top with that. My second lock is going to be the Titans over the Bills. Bills at home. Titans absolute dumpster fire. Calvin really is now upset and mad that he's not getting targets. So Will Levis fooled me and TK. It's all bad over there. My shot is TK stole this one from me. Patriots over the Jaguars. Jaguars once again, they're dumpster fire too. Jaguars are no Texans, and if the Patriots play how they played against Houston, then they could sneak out ahead with a win. And if the Jaguars lose, they fuck around and get left in London. So